Hi guys, welcome back to Sim UK and Fishing Barents Sea. Completed the tutorial, which is a bit buggy, let's be honest. And I believe I tried to continue after the tutorial. It basically said, now you're on your own, good luck. So I went off and I started playing. But it just keeps bugging out and doing weird things. Now apparently, I've heard, if you don't start the game via the tutorial, that fixes the problem. So that's what we're going to try and do today, because I'm enjoying this game and I'd like to play it a bit more and get into it and see if I can't upgrade some bigger and better boats perhaps. So we're going to start with start at Hammerfest, which means we're not going to do the tutorial, and we're going to say begin game. Now that's a kick-ass looking boat right there. Be aware of the amount of fuel you currently have available and remember to refuel at port. You don't want to get stuck at sea. I wonder what happens if you do get stuck at sea. I guess you have to pay somebody to come and get you. Incidentally, I'm not sure what my camera's doing. I might just have to go and give that a quick slap and stop it from being weird. So here we are at Hammerfest in our good old wooden boat from Grandad. Looking pretty awesome. Reputation Junior, which is perfect. And I'm excited to get out there and start fishing. But first I'm just going to sort that crazy camera out. What are you doing, crazy camera? Pack it in! Okay, I think we got that sorted now. I think it's got this feature where it follows my face wherever I go, but if it can't see my face, like for example I've got the microphone over my mouth here, and it goes, oh, that's a funny looking face. I mean, it might do that anyway, but it tries to track me and then sort of gets all out of control and weird. So I'm guessing we start with absolutely nothing. So if we go fish market and buy bait. Yes, so we got 2 unbaited long hook lines. Now, did you see that pop up there for a second? Ah, look at this. Okay, so, I mean, they look very similar. They are slightly different. So, the different colour of fish that you've got there, if you're trying to catch a particular type of fish, so, for example, if we go to the... Where's that book? Where's the book? How do I get to the book? Is this the logbook? Here we go. Seasons. So we're in summer at the moment. Events, low haddock demand between 11/06 2017 and 24th. So between up until September. So that's smack bang in where we are. This is actually quite difficult to read. I love that they've got like this handwriting script, but maybe I get used to it. It's like reading a doctor's handwriting. It's you can't quite make out what it says at first. 16th of the 6th 2017. Is that the date that we're on now then? I don't really know what date it is. What date is it? What is the current date? 1st of the 8th 2017 to October. So what's the current date? How do you know what date it is today? Oh, up here. Oh, I couldn't see that. 15th of August. 15th of August. I've got some cables hanging over there. I'm going to have to sort that out for the next video. Okay, so 17th. Oh, that's why I can't see it, because as soon as you open this book, that disappears. Well, that's stupid. That's really not helpful whatsoever. We got 20,000 krone or krona. I'm still not sure how to say that properly. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to keep saying krona because I think it's krona, but it could very well be krone. I know it's Krone. It's just how to pronounce it that is beyond me. Right, so 15th of August 2017. So we are smack bang in mackerel breeding territory, and also haddock. Haddock season has just started. The local government wants to increase production at local fisheries. Haddock prices have risen by 20 krona, or whatever that symbol is. I don't know. So, yeah, I guess we want to be aiming for haddock then. It was haddock, wasn't it? Let me just double check that. Haddock it is. So, okay, good. So let's go to the fish market. Let's buy some bait. We'll click on this and we'll look at which one is haddock. That's the question. Haddock is this blue three-finned. In fact, they're all three-finned, aren't they? So it's the dark blue. Yeah, it's the dark blue one. They're all kind of the same. Let's have a look, see here. So the sort of greeny coloured thing. So which one has... Oh, definitely this one then. Mackerel. Mackerel it is. So it looks like you can basically catch any fish with anything, which is pretty awesome, I guess. Like the look of that. But we're definitely after mackerel, so yeah, we'll focus on that. So, oh look, and no, we're after haddock, aren't we? Not mackerel. What am I talking about? So we want to come down here and then over here, and there's a little bit. There's like, yeah, we've got two lines. So I'm thinking if we drop one there, because you've got to leave it for like 20 hours before you can go and collect it again. So if we drop two lines down there and there, I think we'll be away. That looks to be good to me. Now, I don't know how you check your fuel before you leave port, and I don't even know how you get fuel at this moment in time. If I go to town. So these are the crew. You can hire some crew. Net hauling, machine gutting, hand gutting, long line hauling, freezing, stacking, repairing and cooking. Cooking obviously is important as well. None of these guys can cook for toffee. So you go to the bank, you can borrow some cash, go to the bar. So presumably then, rather than going to the bar for a drink, the bar will issue you commands and say, we want 1 million haddock or 1 million cod or something like that. Boat services, this looks like what we need. 10,000 krona per year. Unlimited free towing to the closest port. That's interesting. No rescue service membership. All rescue towing will be charged at 8,000 krona per tow. Wow. It's very much worth paying for that. I hear a phone ringing. I guess that's not for me. So, okay, well what's concerning me there is I see no avenue right now to buy fuel. Okay, fuel tank is already full. Repair the hull is not damaged. Repaint the boat. Oh, you can put a fresh coat of paint on. Not available yet. Okay, I guess that's coming at some point. Change the name of the boat and the colour of the text painted on the boat. Absolutely. Sim UK 1. In fact, let's do one like the traditional. What colour should we go here? That looks pretty good. Not really much else you can do. Apply that. So this is now the Sim UK 1. Standard storage we own. Upgrade the storage gives us an extra 1,000 kilograms or an extra ton. 2 ton, 3 ton. So we can upgrade the engine. We can upgrade the radar. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. So when you're on certain bits, this must be the radar here, I'm guessing. The searchlight looks a bit old and knackered, doesn't it? And the mast. Oh, this is the mast. What's the radar then? Surely something here's the radar, isn't that the radar? I don't know. What does the mast upgrade get you, I wonder? Not sure. Still, it looks like there's lots of upgrades we can do to our little boat here, so we don't need to get a new boat straight away. Oh, wow. Ah, but this is where you would buy a new boat. Borg is an old rusty boat with sluggish controls that was given to you by your grandfather. It's worth 10,000 krona, 24 foot, 2.5 tons, no additional crew available, Max quota per year is 110 tons, 110,000 tons. That's quite a flipping lot, actually. 150 litres fuel, 15 horsepower. Max speed is 7 knots. Required certificate is amateur. Max lines are 4. Maximum lines are 4. That's interesting. Max line length is 500 hooks. Okay, well, I think we can get... I think if we put out one 500 hook line, we'd fill our maximum storage capacity. So that's probably going to be the first thing we need to upgrade, is the storage capacity. Let's look at the Hermes. Wow, now that's a boat. That is a trawler and a half. That is a proper fish trawler right there. This is where the big nets are. The Lunar Bow. This is more, in my humble opinion, like a traditional... Oh, it's weird that you can't spin it all the way around, look. You can't do a 360 degree spin on it, which is a shame. You can zoom in a tad, but I can't get any further round than that. Anyway, this is the more sort of traditional... oh wow, you can zoom out quite far. The more traditional looking trawler ships, in my humble opinion. This is quite a nice little ship. This is where you start getting serious, I think. Then you've got 2 levels like this. That's a nice little boat right there. I like that. I like that a lot. And then we've got the Sarkin, which is just basically what we have now, but a bit more modern looking. Probably you can get maybe some crew on there and stuff. But yeah, a few decent options there. Looking very cool. Right. That was a long introduction, but at least I got to show you everything that you can do in port, etc, etc, etc. Let's go fishing. Oh. So, here's the tip. No, I genuinely, I don't know how to get off this port without banging into it. Because I tried it once before, and you damage your boat pretty easy in this game. So yeah, I don't want to do that, because it's the only one I've got, and we haven't got a lot of money, but we're away. Let's go first person view, because that is way cooler, way more realistic as well. Okay, so we're heading out to port. We've got the... that's sonar, and that's the map. Shame you can't zoom in on this GPS map thing, because although I can see my marker in front of me there, in fact, is that my marker right there? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, although I can see my marker on there, I'd like to be able to zoom in a tad so that I can see it a bit better. But anyway, not too bad. This is an awesome game. Look at that big ass ship over there. I hope they keep adding ships like in DLCs and stuff like that. Expand the ocean, add more docks. You know, there's lots could be done with this game. I think it's got a fantastic... well, that's not my marker at all, is it? Gonna have to go to map. I don't know where I'm going. No, see, way off. That's why the GPS thing needs to be adjustable so that I can adjust to it. The thing I was aiming for is actually my boat, so yeah. It's a shame. I don't really want to have to come out of first person view to look at the map. I'd rather... we weren't even going full speed then. I'd rather be able to press a button on here and zoom in or whatever. It's good that you can switch between sonar and whatnot. So I can see my marker there, it's just I can't zoom in or out and see it easily. It's a bit of a shame. But anyway, right, I'm just babbling now. Let's get out to sea and then we can start laying some lines. Oh, incidentally, before I forget guys, this game today is getting a big update, but not until this evening. So I'll have to wait for that to see what that is. So probably you won't get that video straight away. We'll probably get it in a couple of days' time, because I want to try and get a couple of videos recorded today. I've got a bit of free time today, and I want to utilise it as much as possible by making as many of these videos as possible, because as you know, my current family situation means that I a lot more of my time is away from the PC, and that means I just can't make as many videos as I would like. But yeah, right, let's get out to our point and get this first line in. So, completely missed my first marker. So let's go back to the map. Look at that. I didn't see that at all. That's not showing up on the map one bit. Can you see my marker? No. So this is the first issue with the game, is when you're in first person view you have no map, or you know, no control over the GPS map that's in front of you, so it's very difficult to do what you're trying to do. Oh, it's getting a bit bouncy out here now, look. We're going this way kind of. It doesn't help that you can't really zoom in on anything either. If you could zoom in, that would be cool. That would be helpful. So out here somewhere is a marker. Let's go external view and see if we can't see this flipping thing. I see something in front of me. Oh yeah, I'm loving the bounciness of the boat. It's pretty authentic, I like that. Now, I'm not sure if you can sink a boat in this game. It would be good if you can, because, you know, unfortunately that kind of thing happens in real life. And also, many of the things that you need to do in this game, like setting a line, you can't do in first person view, or that I've discovered anyway, which is a bit awkward. So you have to keep going to third person view to do this stuff, which is okay, but I'd rather do it in first person. I think it's more realistic. That would suit me more, I think. But yeah, SimUK1, this is our first line. This is the first line we're ever laying. We don't seem to be going anywhere. Very slowly we're moving forwards. Not sure if that's the current that's causing that problem or something else, but yeah, we're moving at 1 knot now. 16, 17, 18. Maybe I'm just slow with doing this. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I need to get into the rhythm of setting my lines and getting back to them at the correct time. So they need to be down for 20 hours, and then I need to return to it within 48 hours, lest we... Right, so we're heading southwest, lest we lose the line completely. So this GPS thing is weird. Hang on, let me just try something here. No, see. No, there doesn't seem to be any way of changing the GPS position. If you click off it and click on it again, you can update it to where you are, so I can see that the line we've just said is behind me, but yeah, it's not perfectly easy, I'll say that much. Plus, not being able to zoom in makes seeing my markers in the water really quite tricky. It's a bit of a pain. I have to keep sort of... have no choice but to come outside or go to the map. See, we're actually off course here. We're quite some way. So we want to be heading west then. And not southwest, which is what I thought we needed to be doing. But that's not west, is it? That is southwest. But that is telling me that I'm heading west. Few little things starting to appear that need fixing and sorting out. But I have to say, in constant contact with the dev team. I was talking to them at 7:30 this morning. So, yeah, they are definitely on the ball and getting this stuff sorted out, which is great. So, let's get to our second point and get the second line down. So, yeah, something that's interesting is that this compass here indicates the direction in which your boat is travelling, but the top compass here is which direction you are looking in, and the compass at the top will show you your markers. So, if we go to the map right now, you can see I've missed this one. But if I look in that direction, I can see that sort of 200 and whatever feet away. So if I just bring that over here and exit the map again, you can see that that icon marker has disappeared. Now if I look forwards, it will show me where I need to go, which is perfect. But when you go to first person mode, which is where you need that information, it's not there. So I would rather argue that this top compass needs to be visible in first person mode and not in third person mode. That just kind of makes more sense to me. But anyway, that's by the by. This big old bit of land mass here seems to be right between me and where I'm trying to go. A bit concerned that we're going to run aground here, but on the map, maybe if I turn this off a second. Yeah, on the map there's nothing there. So I don't really know what that's all about. Just a few thoughts as I'm playing here, just sharing it with you, letting you know what's going on. It does look pretty cool. I'd like to see some really choppy weather, because the ocean is a scary place, but definitely deserving of much respect. A few tweaks to this game and it'll be a lot better. But then that's why YouTubers like myself are playing this game pre-release, so that we can give our feedback and suggestions, etc. Wow, this is a long way out. How long have we been travelling in game? So that's 2 hours and 6 minutes. So yeah, I think I've distanced them reasonably well, and in fairness, I would say that that's about pretty decent timing, quite correctly timed, I'd say. All right, I see my marker. There it is. I can't see it in first-person mode. Yes, I can. Right in front of me. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, rather like landing an aircraft. When you're sat in the captain's seat, rather than trying to line the front of the boat up with where you're heading, what you want to do is you want to line the centre of your window up with where you're heading, and that will accurately get you on point. So just sharing some nuggets with you there. I'm sure you probably would have figured that out yourself pretty quickly. Oh wow, look at this. Getting some boat rocking going on right now. This game would be spectacular in VR. A VR fishing game, that's what I need now. It's kind of part and parcel, if I'm being honest, of any kind of simulation game that I'm playing at present. As soon as I play a game that's good, there's our marker, there's our marker. As soon as I'm playing a game that's good, I always end up thinking, wow, this game is amazing. How much more amazing would it be in VR? I can't help it. It's because VR is pretty spectacular at the moment. Pretty new to me. Right, let's ease off the power. Go to third person view. Get ready to set our line. And then basically, I don't know if we're going to go back to port or whether we're going to, excuse me, just be able to go and pick up. I suppose we could go and pick up our first line, our first long line, because it will have been 4 hours by the time we turn around and get all the way back there. So we could do that, but 20 hours is the sweet spot. So I'm thinking we're probably going to have to go back towards that. And maybe just sit there and have a cup of tea. Maybe just sit there and have a cup of tea, I think. Pick up the radio to call for help. I'm tempted to click on that and see what happens, but I don't actually want to call for help right now, so. Alright, we have got 2 lines down. What's this over here? I saw something over there. What was it? Is it another ship? Bit of traffic. No. Oh, it could be, you know. Imagine. Oh, I don't think this game has multiplayer, but my goodness me, how cool would that be if it did? What is this in front of me here? Something, all right. Nothing showing up on the GPS. Is it another ship? It would be great if there are other ships in this game, even if they're not, you know, real players. If they're just like AI ships or boats or whatever. I don't think this is a boat though. What is this thing? It is a boat, you know. I think. Difficult to tell. Yeah, I mean it looks like a boat. It is a boat. Weird. Is everybody okay, I wonder? Keep cruising past in slow speed. Now this is what's awesome about this game, is the ability to... Oh man. Well, I suppose I could just do it from here, can't I? That's interesting. I thought possibly it was going to be like a side mission. Like, you know, perhaps they've got stuck, run out of fuel and need to be towed in. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. And also it means that they've modelled ships like this. I wonder if that's something they're thinking about for the future. That's interesting. Very interesting. Let's get back in the warm. Back on our seats. Go to... I think we're going to set a waypoint just here. And we'll go and chill out over there somewhere. I'm interested in what sort of level of simulation these guys have gone for. So I'm thinking, if I'm going at full speed, if I'm at, like I am at the moment, maxed out full speed, sort of round about 9 knots, is that using more fuel than if I was just pootling along at, say, 6 knots or something? If it isn't the case, I wish it was, because that just brings so many factors into managing your ship where you're in complete control. You know, if you want to get there quickly, it will cost you more fuel. If you want to take your time because you're in no rush, then it will save you some fuel and you'll be more cost effective at a ship. These are all up in the air. I mean, I ought to ask the developers, I suppose, some of these questions, but yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff. I like it a lot. I think this game has a lot of potential. Well, I think it's got a lot of realised potential already. I think it looks fantastic. It plays really well. There are some bugs, but I mean, show me a game that's just released that doesn't have bugs, for goodness sakes. There's a lot of opportunity to add DLC, and you know, this is obviously fishing the Barents Sea, but you could expand this. You could take these ships and just build a new model, and you know, you could start fishing in the North Sea. I think it has a lot of scope, this game, and it's the only game I've ever seen that's really like this, and that they've done a great job. Really impressed. Really impressed. I'm just wondering. I'm looking at the lines we've set. They've only been down for a couple of hours. I'm just wondering how feasible it would be to go back to port and get 2 more lines and go and put those out. Now, I want to keep these videos fairly short, so maybe in this video, if we can do that, we'll just go and lay 4 lines, and then in the next video, we'll go and pull 4 lines in. Hopefully that'll give us enough money to expand our storage capacity, and then the next time we go out we can do 4 lines in one hit, because at the moment 2 lines are going to fill up our storage, so we definitely need to expand that so that we can lay 4 lines and pick up 4 lines and take it all back in one go. At the moment we're going to have to do it in 2 bits. And also, you know, not forgetting that you've got to get the fish back to shore within 7 days, otherwise they start smelling. They smell anyway, but they start going funky. So, yeah, I'm liking this game. There's a lot of, there's enough complexity and planning involved to keep it interesting. So I like that. It's good. Yeah, very good. Very impressed. Right, let's do that then. Let's head to shore, or head to port, and we'll see if this is a viable approach. I think it should work. Bearing in mind I've not really done this before, so this is very much experimentation first try. But I think we're going to be okay. There's our line. Hopefully doing a good job. I think we just went over our line, didn't we? Yeah, I just went right over our line. That's not good. That's the wrong thing to do. I think leaving the helm whilst you're doing full speed towards the port is also pretty daft. But yeah, definitely driving over our line is something I want to avoid doing. Oh, interestingly, I've just occurred to me, maybe the right way to do this is to lay 2 lines, go back to port, bait up 2 lines, go back out, pull in a line, lay a line, pull in the next line, lay the next line, take those back to shore. That's making more sense. That's actually making more sense than my original idea. I think that's what we're going to do here. They've got this bobbing about, I think, absolutely spot on. It might not look spectacular. I think it looks okay. I don't think it looks terrible. But it's not the most realistic I've ever seen. But when you're inside and you're physically bobbing about in the boat, I think they've got that really, really nailed. Absolutely spot on with that. Alright, let's see if we can buy some extra lines. We got like 20,000 kroner, so I imagine that'll be enough. I don't know what 20,000 kroner equates to in sort of UK money. Now I did this yesterday, and the velocity and veracity that they pull the boat into port is pretty extreme. I'm going to click yes now, and I think you might see it again. They pin the two lines from the port side to the boat, and then they just start pulling them in, and it yanks the boat about like nothing I've ever seen. So let's just see if it does it again. Here we go, look at this. Okay, that was a bit less melodramatic, but look, watch. That's not healthy. That that needs to be softened, I think. Look at it. Now, fortunately, that doesn't do any damage to your ship, but yeah, I think they just need to chill that out just a little bit. It's a bit excessive, in my humble opinion. Alright, so we're back at port. We're still ranked as junior because we haven't done anything. Now this is an issue I keep having. When I get to port, my mouse disappears. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the mouse in the recording, but for me, that is now vanished completely. And yesterday, this is where I got stuck, because I opened up the ability to... I went to shore and had a look at the crew members that I could employ, and then I couldn't get off. I got stuck in that menu. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and save, and there's my mouse back. Okay, so that's a little bit of a bug there, another little bug. So let's save career, Sim UK1, that sounds good. Done. And resume. And now I think we're okay. So it's something to do with when you get pulled into port that's causing an issue. I'm sure that's going to get fixed before release day, but yeah, I'm just noting and mentioning these things as I spot them, and so on and so forth. Right, let's go to fish market. Now, can I buy some baited long lines? Yes. 5,000 kroner. We've only got 17.5 left. £7,000 kroner. Cost effectively, for less than half the extra price, it's worth going for the 500 lines, I think. But maybe just the one, because we're down to 8,000 kroner now. And I've still got to bait it, and then we've got to get out there, we've got to get fuel. So I'm just going to get one extra line for now. And I'm going to bait that with mackerel again. So that's done. We've got 5,500 kroner left, which is not a lot. So we're close to going bankrupt immediately. What we don't need is to run out of fuel or have any catastrophic engine failure or anything like that. Any kind of unexpected costs at this moment in time, and we're done for. Right, so can I not bring up the map whilst I'm in dock? See, I've lost my mouse again. Go back to main menu, then resume, and it's there. Okay, so this is an issue. Map. So I can't bring up the map by pressing the M button, but I can bring up the map by doing that. So we'll go there for point 1, and let's place a waypoint there, like that. How long's that been in the water? 6 hours and 57 minutes. So I'm going to lay a 500 line there, and then go pick up these 2 lines and return to this one before going into no, because I'm going to fill the boat up with these 2. I don't know, we'll figure that out as we get to it, I guess. And we've got all these other ports as well to go and discover. So lots to do, lots of fun to be had. Let's go fishing. So again, this is my recommended way to get off the port without damaging your boat, is to put it slowly in reverse. Yeah, I've got an issue now. Am I in first person view? Oh, I was. That was weird. Right, so whack yourself in reverse and just steer the back end of the boat away from the port. That seems to work rather well. And then once you're out, line yourself up. Full throttle forwards. And you can safely turn around in port and head back out to sea. Looks like that's my first marker right there. Good stuff. I love the handling of the boat, this small boat anyway. I haven't tried any of the bigger ones yet. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. This is actually a lot of fun. It's interesting as well, I don't see any evidence that there are shallows that you need to be aware of. I mean, we do have this GPS gauge thing here, but because I can't zoom in, I can't see it. So I don't know what the depth is. I think it says 50 meters, but I could be totally wrong. Maybe the using markers like this, it's more sort of effective to have them closer together so that you can just see them where they are. Let's just try that. Let's go. Let's put a waypoint marker there, another one there, another one there, another one there, and then maybe we can just stay in first person view and see them. There we go, look at that. That makes life a bit easier, doesn't it? And then I don't have to keep going back to that external third person view. And they also show up on the GPS, which is good. Now sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. And I can see the next one. Perfect. Job's a good one. And it looks like it's getting a bit dark out there. So what I might do is just, you know, it looks pretty safe ahead of us. So I might just stand up, go down here, put the old furnace on, get myself a cup of tea on the go, cup of cha, cup of coffee, whatever it is you prefer. Maybe even a hot tin of soup. Maybe even bacon and eggs. Yeah. Because we do have cooking in this game. I don't think we do any cooking, but the crew do. I'm really looking forward to getting a big ship with a crew and managing that whole thing. That sounds really quite exciting. I'm also enjoying the thought of progressing to that point. I have the option, as I said before in the previous videos, they sent me along with the game a save game file at a very progressed state. So I do have the option just to jump in and do that. But do you know what? I'm really enjoying being out here on my own. I think this is the last marker. Being out here on my own, fishing with Grandad's boat and working my way up the ranks. Yes, this is our final waypoint. Alright. Let's go. Third person view. Bring up our gear and let's set 500 line. Excellent. So whilst we're here, let's have a look at this. 8 hours and 12 minutes. That seems perfect. So as soon as we've laid this line, I think going back there is going to be around about 12 hours, which is a bit premature. So I might take a very slow jaunt over there. And by the time we get there, it should be around about 20 hours. We can haul it in and then turn around and head for the next one, and then hopefully go back to port, sell those fish and go and get the 500 line in, and between the three of those hopefully we'll have made somewhere in the region of 60,000 kroner, and that should allow us to expand our capacity for this boat, get a second 500 line in, and yeah. I think, yeah, we'll call that a day then here, because I've been able to go and get the 3 lines. So today is setting the lines, tomorrow we'll be pulling the lines in. And thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Any questions, any comments, let me know in the comment section below. And there we go, that's the 500 down. I'm going to take a very casual swing round here. Careful as not to go over my own line, which is what I did before. It'd be cool actually if you cut your own line by going over it. Lots of things I'd like to suggest and offer up to the devs. But yeah, join me again tomorrow where there'll be more of this. And let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see some of the bigger boats. I can do that as a sideline thing, just to experience what they're like, I guess. So until then, take care of yourselves. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.